Peace, y'all. I'm not gonna be in here for long, but I wanna talk. I wanna talk. I wanna talk to you. I wanna talk to you. I wanna talk to you. I wanna talk to y'all. I wanna talk to y'all. Hey, beautiful. How are you? Haze. It's so funny. Good evening, babes. Rich rising, rich evening, rich day, rich night, abundant night, all that good stuff. So we just gonna get straight into it. I'm not even about to lollygag right now. You hear. Just, I was journaling a while ago and I heard the divine say, finding mental courage. Okay? You see, the mind is a very powerful thing. And I don't know if this is a collective energy that has been that we all are feeling, but a lot of us have been fighting with depression, maybe seasonal depression or just mental health overall. We've been going through a lot with our mental health, right? Hey, girly, how are you? Let me share out this live to a couple people that may need this live right now. I don't know. I felt like I was supposed to do that. And I'm gonna put some cards too, because I'm gonna check on y'all energy and what the hell what's been going on collectively and stuff like that. I'm getting like a little bit of like overwhelmness, a little bit of tiredness, you know. But I want to take it on here and have a brief conversation with y'all. I don't feel like this conversation is going to be long, but then again, who am I to say? Because the spirit is running things. I'm not running anything. Hey, Nara, what's going on, love? But I was watching, because, I also be needing my motivation and my check-in. So there's specific people that I watch that do what I do. That they're healers, high priestess, whatever. And I was just watching a video, and she said, "You gotta know whether you coming or going. You gotta know whether you coming or going." And a lot of us don't know whether we in a state right now. A lot of us could be in a collectively we're in this state of like, I don't even know what the fuck is going right now. I'm just making shit happen. I'm just going with the flow. Or some of y'all are just accepting what is. And even though you don't like what it is, you're accepting it. Now I'm gonna stop you right there. If you don't like something, if you don't like a situation that you're in, you have the power to change that. And I know that we always say the power of the tongue, what you speak manifests, but ooh, baby, what you think manifests too. Whatever you think in that head of yours, in that big, beautiful brain of yours, that is what you manifest into your reality. And a lot of us have a lot of fear and doubts that is in our big, beautiful heads. And it's stored in our subconscious. So before you tap into the live, I know you see mental courage. I was writing a little something in my journal or whatever, nothing drawn out. I was just being real with myself. Like, I realized I've been getting in my own way. And mentally, I've been getting in my own way because the lion-ass fears, the lion-ass doubts. And I wrote, like, you got to release that. And a lot of us don't really know how do I release the fears? Journey, karma, how do I release the doubts? How do I do that? I tend to keep holding on to what happened, or I keep replaying the scenario over and over again, right? Karma, how you do that? I'm gonna tell you one thing. You gotta forgive yourself, and you gotta accept what happened in the past, and in order for you to move on. A lot of times we will relive a certain part in our life because we didn't like the way it made us feel, or we didn't like the way we looked in the situation, or we sitting down and we reflecting like, damn, I wish I would have did that back then, because if I would have did that, I wouldn't be here right now. Which is possibly true, because every choice you make comes with a consequence, okay? But it all starts with forgiving yourself, and almost like, I want to say, a lot of you need to learn how to not give a fuck. A lot of y'all take things too fucking personal too, is what I'm hearing the spirit say. You let things eat you up inside. You let things that people say get under your skin. And you got to develop thick skin in this season. Because a lot of you have these big requests for God, and y'all are praying these prayers, but you can't let nobody trick you out your spot this season. Hey, baby. What story is that in the Bible? Was it Abraham? No, it wasn't Abraham. Moses. Spirit is bringing me back to the book of Moses. When you get the time, y'all should go look into that, the book of Moses. But to sum up why the Spirit brought that to me, Moses never got to see the promised land. He did everything that God told him to do. He led Israel out of Egypt when Pharaoh was consistent on not letting them go. Pharaoh finally let them go. He led them through, the desert, made sure everybody was good. God showed up for them every single time. Moses left for like another 40 days and 40 nights because God asked him to move and leave them behind, and they were supposed to hold it down. In other words, the Israelites, Moses was guiding his people, the Israelites. They were supposed to keep it pee, but they got scared when they didn't see Moses coming back, when it was taking him too long, when the food was running low and the water was running low, and everybody's looking at Moses' brother like, hey, you're the oldest, and if he doesn't come back, then you're going to have to take the throne, you're going to have to take charge. And they convinced him to basically idolize or tap into another god. I think it was a calf, a goddess cow or something. I don't remember what it was, but stick with me, that don't even matter. Basically, so as soon as they were about to give the offering to the other god, Moses was standing on that hill and he saw them, and he had he had the 10 commandments on them that God gave him to go share with the people, right? And instead of Moses not taking it personal, Moses got mad, and he threw everything, all the hard work that God made, that he sat with God and did. He threw it on the floor, and it broke into pieces and it shattered. And I remember when I was watching, I was like, how is that even possible that he didn't get to go see the promised land? But they're the ones that did not believe. But then God said to me, because he let them people trick him out his spot. A lot of times we have things within ourselves, we have characteristics in ourselves, we have flaws within ourselves that we're gonna have to destroy away. We're gonna have to tear off of ourselves. We're gonna have to wash it away. We're gonna have to fucking release it before we get to see the promised land, before we get to see milk and honey. That's what I look at the promised land as: milk and honey, the land of abundance, where everything is perfectly fine, right? So instead of Moses getting upset about not being able to see the promised land, and I want to bring this back to you to show you, God even went to Moses and said, hey, I see they fucked up. We can always, I can swipe them, I can kill them all right now. And we can start over with you. Moses begged for his people and said, no, forgive us, forgive us, forgive them. So God was like, okay, I'll forgive them, but you're not going to get to see the promised land. All because you couldn't keep it together. All because you couldn't keep it together. You understand? And a lot of times, people will literally try to convince you to do the things you know you're not supposed to do. But this is where the mental courage comes into play. A lot of y'all have physical courage, but mentally, y'all weak as hell. Because if something is not going your way immediately, you instantly throw in a towel. Or if somebody says something to you, you ready to go off and snap. You ready to curse somebody out. But I want to remind someone here that your words they have karma. Whatever you speak, whether you speak in negative or positive, and whatever you speak out of your mouth, it will come back to you eventually. So be intentional about the way you speak about people. Be intentional to the way that you speak to people. Be intentional of the way that you're burning bridges. Because a lot of us, sometimes we don't realize that we be burning bridges because we have this Savior God complex thing that some of us have going on. We think that we're superior over God or over people, but the only person that's superior over the land is the superior, is the highest of the high, the most high. You see, when God bless you with certain gifts and talents and things like that, and you become boastful with them, God will take them away from you until He sees that you're ready to be blessed with those gifts again. You may have the gift to prophesy, but if you constantly trying to beat somebody over the head, or you have this self-righteous thing going on, or you just a mean person, are you judging people based off of the way that God used you? God will take that away from you without even thinking about it. Just like in the book of Job, God giveth and He taketh away. So I don't want us to ever feel like just because God has give us a gift that He cannot swipe that shit away from us. He yes the fuck He can. He can take that shit away from you at the drop of a motherfucking dime. Change your ways is what I'm hearing the Spirit say. Take a look in the mirror at yourself. And I'm not talking about at your physical self. I'm talking about the self within you. Because no matter how you put it, there was a time where you sucked as a person. Sorry. Fierce fam, what's going on? There was a time where we all sucked as a person. There was a time where we did some shit that we wasn't fucking proud of. But this is why, if you're on this journey, the goal is to go within, to make peace with those parts of yourself, so that you don't project out into the world, so that you don't become jealous of people when they're sitting in their when they are sitting in their authentic truth. When you are being authentically yourself, and people may try to make you feel like you're weird, maybe you're boring, or whatever the case may be. But what they don't know is that you had the ability to pull yourself out of dark places. You had the courage to say, you know what? I don't want to be like this no more. I want to make the changes. This ain't working for me, really, for real. What the fuck is this? So you change. You're not the same like how you used to be. So people may look at you like, oh, why this person doing this? Why this person not? Because they can't play in your face like they used to. They can't manipulate you like you used to. And then you're not on the people pleasing. You're not with the ass kissing. You're not with none of that shit. I want to encourage you to keep on being different from the crowd. I don't want you to ever want to fit in nowhere. The only thing supposed to want to fit in is your new pair of shoes, your sneakers, anything that you buying to fit your body. But I don't never want you to try to fit into this world with anybody. I want you to be authentically yourself, because the universe responds well to you like that. And when you are being authentically yourself, the right people will gravitate towards you, where you won't even have to pretend, or you won't have to hide who you are. I realized something. A lot has changed with the way that I speak, with the way that I maneuver in life. A lot of times I want to respond to certain things, and there's a fire on the inside of me that be ready to defend myself, because that is a part of myself that I still have to work. I have to let her know we don't always have to defend ourselves, because everything is not personal. Everything is spiritual. Most of the time when you're dealing with people that are at war with themselves, they inflict war outside of themselves. They speak war. If it's war within themselves, there's war within their world. And a lot of times everybody just be in their own fucking bubble, their own fucking world, their own fucking perspective. And if you allow people to pull you into their own into their own world, and you already got your own, that's where we get fucked up at. And this is projection. This is where allowing people to upset you comes. I seen a video of a shaman. I think he was a shaman, and he said, isn't it the ultimate control if someone could upset you right now by saying something or doing something to you? Is that not the ultimate control? It is. And I'm only speaking from a space of a Sagittarius that used to beat people the fuck up just for looking at me the wrong way. This is coming from a person that you couldn't tell me nothing. It was la, 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 la. You couldn't tell me shit. But when you know when I decided to listen, when I hit the fucking wall and I crashed. So there's gonna be a season where God is gonna put a brick wall right in front of you for you to hit that fucking brick wall so you can sit the fuck down. Because a lot of us are getting ahead of ourselves. A lot of us are asking God for help, but we're going ahead of him and wonder why we're getting knocked 3 steps backwards, 15 steps backwards, because we're not involving God the way that we're supposed to involve him in our life. We only involve him in the things that we feel like we should. And I think we need to reconstruct that as a collective. We need to be involving God in everything. I don't care if you gotta ask him what color socks you about to put on today. God should be God should be the head, the HBIC in charge. I swear to God, a lot of you want to be the HBIC in charge. You want to be the Dawn. You want to be the baddest bitch in the room, but I'm here to tell you that God is the baddest bitch in the room. Hello? God is the baddest energy in the room, the baddest spirit in the room. You can't overpower God. You can't tell God how to move in your life. And if you think that you can tell God how to move in your life, that means you have a God complex. That means you may feel like you yourself is the most high. Now, we are the reflection of God. Don't get me wrong. But please remember who your father is. Please remember who your father is. Please remember who your creator is. We got to change our mindset. We got to use our brain. Thank you, Spirit. We got to rewire our brain, our thoughts, to our desires, to where we want to be. And collectively, a lot of people, a lot of us struggle with, help me out, Spirit. It's another thing to have wisdom. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. It's another thing to be wise and be full of wisdom. But it's another thing to be full of shit too. Right? It's another thing to be full of shit. It's another thing to just be saying shit when you're not practicing what you preach. It's a lot of that going on in collectively. Take what resonates, what don't let it. You know, a hit dog, only a hit dog holler. So it is what it is. Realize I'm not even looking at the screen right now because Spirit is using me to speak. It's another thing to be wise and be full of wisdom and knowledge. But if you're going to gain that wisdom and knowledge just to be boastful with it, what's the point? If you're going to gain that wisdom and knowledge, if you're going to do all that studying just to boast with it, and when I say boast, you know, y'all know what I mean when I say boast. If you're going to gain all of that knowledge, if God going to give you all that wisdom just to boast with it, to say, look at me, look at what look at this, I'm better than you, I can do anything you can do, I can do better. There is no competition when it comes to getting close to God. There is no competition when it comes to healing yourself. There is no competition when it comes to changing your fucking life. Because we all been through some shit in this world. We all been down. We all been sad. We all been through some shit. There's no reason why anyone in the collective should be boasting about your knowledge, your power, your gifts, your this, your that. And some of us right now, Spirit, I'm picking up, when you have this power and you wielding it without control, you gonna get that shit snatched away from you. Okay? Just like God, just like how God can bless us and give us, He can take away. So I wanna encourage you, if you have the ability to talk to God and you have these beautiful gifts, I want you to be, what's the word? Thank you. I love that. Be graceful with your wisdom. Be graceful with your gifts. Boastful, that's coming from a lower part of yourself. That's coming from a low vibrational. Because if you want to be boastful with the knowledge and wisdom that God has given you, that means there's a part of you that's still not pleased with yourself. You still don't like yourself a little bit. Because you don't have to want to go boast and say anything. Because sometimes God just be talking to you and the message is just for you, baby. The message is just for you. It ain't for nobody else. But you get the message and you thinking it's for somebody else when God is talking to you. But you just can't seem to wrap your mind around the fact that you need a little bit more help. You need a little bit more spit shining. I'm seeing open heart surgery, or somebody getting open heart surgery. Yeah, you need a little bit more. Your heart need a little bit more decluttering. You need a release. There's still some pain up in there. You need to open up that heart chakra. I'm telling you, a lot of us is not gonna get where we need to be until we really tap into that heart chakra. And if you're ashamed of the thing that you've done in the past, you're gonna have to make peace with your past. It's nobody else's fault. If you got shame, give it to God. I don't know what else to say about that. If you got shame, give it to God. I don't know what else to tell you about that one right there. Because I was just talking about shame earlier. You know? And if you're going to be a leader, and if God is going to use you, and you can't take constructive criticism, you might as well give up your position to somebody else. Because as a teacher, you must also know how to be a student. Amen. As a teacher, you must first know how to be a student. Because I don't want nobody to teach me that's a know-it-all. That's going to piss me off. I don't like dealing with a person that... And you know what's funny? The difference is when I'm talking to someone and I can genuinely tell that they're just excited about the information and they're just going to share with me. And I know the difference between the information coming as if like they're trying to prove a point, trying to prove me a point, when in reality it's them that they're trying to prove a point to themselves. You know what I'm saying? You can meditate 40 times a day. You can read the Bible 45 times a day. But if you don't apply to any of that shit that God is telling you, or you don't do anything within yourself, you just gonna be giving yourself a headache and retaining a whole bunch of knowledge, and that's it. You're not applying it to your life. Let me tell you something. When I come on here and speak, I am not subtracting myself from the message, because when I start to speak, sometimes that shit be hitting me like a book, and I have to take that shit and digest it. So the message is too, sometimes you need to take the hard messages and let that shit simmer. Let that shit sit on your chest. Let it convict you, babe. It's a reason why that shit is happening. That conviction is happening for a reason, especially if you asking God to help to mold you into the person you're supposed to be. Guess what's going to happen? God is going to bring the mirror up to you so you can see all of your insecurities. And if you don't allow yourself to see your insecurities and your flaws, then God can't help you. If you can't keep it real with your creator, then how the fuck is you going to be able to get to the next level that you want to be at? Because you can't fake the funk, because God know your heart. He know your thoughts. I mean, I'm just saying. Because you see, a lot of us want to be free. We want freedom. We want happiness. But you have to let go of what's destroying you. God is saying, let me in so I can destroy all that is destroying you. I'm going to say that one more time for the people in the back. God is saying, let me in so I can destroy all of what is destroying you. Y'all not ready for what I'm about to tell y'all. You see how we be so happy when God want to use us for the glorious jobs, and God want us to prophesy, and God want us to speak, and God is taking us to the spiritual realm, and we astral projecting, and we seeing all this beautiful stuff. How about you? How you know how I know you really a soldier for God and you really about your shit? When you excited for God and ready for God to destroy you. That's how you know you reach a certain part in your journey, when you are like, God, I thank you for destruction. I never used to thank God for destruction. We only thank God for the abundance when things are going right. But as soon as things go left, we get the complaining. So God is saying, let me in so I can destroy what's destroying you. And a lot of us, what's destroying us is pain, sorrow, hate, resentment, grudges, shame, guilt, anxiety, confirmation. It's a lot of that. And if you think that you're going to get closer, if you think you're going to get to your destination with all of that cooped up inside your heart chakra, you got another thing coming. That's going on my prayer wall. I say, period. And even that, you see how you got a prayer wall? A lot of you can come up with ways where you can connect with God. Because just because somebody connect with God the way that they connect with God, don't mean you got to do it that way. This is why building a relationship with God is important, because God is going to speak to you the way that you understand, the way that he know you're going to understand. For instance, Mika, she's a reader. She like to read. I get a headache when I read. So God speak to me through videos and songs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? She will send me a scripture, boom. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll go look for the story of a this and that, or the story of this and that. And I would literally watch it and piggyback off of what she sent me, and I would get my revelation through my own fucking study, and then I'll piggyback off of what she sent me, and that's just what it is. So in other words, you need to surround yourself with people that are also on the same journey as you, that are also seeking a better life, seeking more out of this realm, becoming closer to God. Because I'm letting you know this right now. Once you allow yourself to step on the journey of becoming closer to God, you're going to feel the disconnect from a lot of people that you used to connect with at the drop of a dime. You're going to feel disconnected from a lot of people. And I don't want you to feel guilty for feeling disconnected from people. Because when you are leveling up, you're raising your frequency. You're moving away from a low state from this low ground where you was at, this lower frequency, this lower self that wasn't giving you nothing but pain and sorrow. Now you decide, God, I want to elevate. So you're going to start to elevate. And if the people that was down here with you was not moving with you, guess what's going to happen? They're going to stay down there and you're going to get up here. And a part of you going to feel like, damn, I wish I could go back and get them. But you got to remember everything that you have went through to even get to the top, to even get to where you at right now, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. You got to let people pull themselves up. It's draining to try to get somebody that's in a low vibration to come up to your understanding and where you are where you at with yourself consciously. You can't raise nobody frequency for them. You can't raise nobody frequency for them. The only thing you can do, my love, is speak and worry about yourself. And this is something that I had to learn on my journey. Because I'm not tooting my own horn, but too, I hold a lot of spiritual wisdom from the things that I've went through in my life. God speaks to me often, even when I don't want to fucking speak. That's because I let that door open, right? So I realized that sometimes when I speak, it may go on deaf ear, but that doesn't matter. It's not about whether they hear you or not. It's about the fact that you were obedient when God told you to speak. A lot of us get upset because we're like, I don't want to talk. These people not going to understand. They might not understand, but God asked you to speak, so I think you better fucking speak. Because obedience is the key to your abundance, baby. Once you're obedient to God, it's pretty much up from there. It's pretty much up from there. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, Holy Spirit, checking with y'all energy. We're going to do a little bit of tarot and I'm getting off. I just wanted to talk to y'all about mental courage, okay? You're going to have to take a leap of faith. I'm picking up some of you are going to have to take a leap of faith soon, okay? And I was watching a video and she was like, y'all going to have to follow y'all intuition with this leap right here. This is where God is going to be testing your faith. Some of y'all be popping y'all shit. I trust God and I trust my ancestors. We're going to see. We're going to see. Okay? Okay? We're going to see. Holy Spirit, ancestors, holy angels, can we get some messages for the collective, please? Energy. I'm not taking it like that. The Page of Pentacles in reverse. This is in a fair position. A lot of you fear being your true authentic self. A lot of you fear saying the wrong things. A lot of you fear confrontation. Okay, you maybe a situation, maybe you like, I don't want to ruffle nobody's feathers, or I don't want to piss nobody off, or whatever the case may be. That's what I'm picking up for some of y'all right now. I want you to know that that's coming from a space of fear. That's coming from a space of your inner child. Okay, you were always quiet and silent as a child. Okay, so there's this like inner part of you that you want to defend yourself, but you don't want to say too much. You don't want to say the wrong thing. You need to ask yourself, where is that coming from? Why do you feel that? Shit, maybe you in a situation, a sticky situation. Maybe your living situation is different. And you're like, I don't want to say this, and I get kicked out because you got PTSD from situations like that where people helped you and then they, kicked you while you was down. Because people do that sometimes. Like when somebody's helping you out and they may try to kick you when you down. I've been kicked when I was down plenty of times. I want to let you know something. As a servant of God and as an earth angel, and as a starseed, people are gonna kick you when you're down. Even when you get to the top, they're gonna try to remind you of your bottom. They're gonna try to remind you of your bottom. Hello. It's like you picking and choosing what you should say and what you should not say. But you got these same individuals that's not thinking like that. They're going to say whatever the fuck they want to say whenever they want to say it because they feel like they're in a better position than you. This is why God is pulling you away from this energy, because it's needed. It's time for certain people to start receiving the karma that they deserve. And it's time for you to start receiving the karma that you deserve. Remember, karma goes both ways. Yin and yang. Good and light and dark. Good and bad. And the thing is, when you're going through karma, it's not just about bad. It's about good. So if you feel like you can't speak to somebody about something, my nigga, then that's not the person that you need to be connecting with. If you can't have a conversation with somebody, if they don't make you feel comfortable, don't have the conversation. That's just how I feel, personally. And if you surrounded with a person where they can speak to you, but as soon as you express yourself, it's a war between you and them, don't take it personal. It's just that they don't value the connection the way that they're supposed to. They don't value you the way that you're supposed to. You understand what I'm saying? You feel me? So in other words, if you cannot be yourself in front of the people that you are around, you might want to reevaluate that. If you cannot be yourself 100,000% in front of the people that that surround you, you may want to reevaluate that shit. Because if you can't be yourself, guess what that means? You wearing a fucking mask. That's what the fuck that means. If you can't be yourself, you cannot fucking be 100% that wow yourself. You're wearing a mask and you a fake ass bitch. At this point, because a lot of people I could point out a fake ass bitch, but when it's time for us to look in the mirror at ourselves, we don't want to call ourselves a fake ass bitch. But I can tell you right now, there was a point in my life where I was a fake ass bitch because I wasn't being myself. I was pretending for people to like me, and I'm not doing that shit no more. So if you make people uncomfortable with being yourself, Keep doing that. That means you being who you're supposed to be, and the people that are meant to you are gonna gravitate towards you. The people that don't that are not meant to you, they're gonna flee. And that's all that fuck that means. You know? You know? Can I get one more card, Spirit? You know? I was gonna go to sleep, bro, but like I started journaling, and I was like, let me get on live and get a message, because I feel like it's needed. And I haven't been on live in mad long, like at night. This is like the first. I'll be on live early. I know I'll be on like 3 p.m., 2 p.m., sometimes 10 a.m., 11 a.m. But like I was just laying here, and I'm like, you know what? Let me go check on y'all. And I'm glad I did. Let me see what's up. What's going on with y'all in this energy? I say, see, you know what I'm saying? We got hermit mode. I said hermit mode. I didn't mean to say hermit mode, but I think I meant to say hermit mode. Hermit. Okay. Some introspection. Peace, beautiful. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. How are you, babe? I love when I see the OGs coming back. What's going on, love? Hermit. It's okay. So the Hermit card speaks on introspection. It speaks on reflecting. So I want you guys to be mindful of reflecting, but do not regret nothing that happened in the past. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because the last couple of days I've been in the spirit of regretting, because, and it's you know why, the Four of Swords. You know why? Because when we start looking in the past, and we like, damn, if I would have did this differently, maybe things would have been different. And I think I just brought that up a while ago. It was like, a lot of times we think about what we could have done differently. He's doing good, babe. He's so damn big. He's 8 years old now. He's doing good in school. My baby is doing so good in school. I'm so happy. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm praying over my baby. He doing his thing. Okay. One of these days y'all gonna see him on this live. He's so damn big. He damn near getting tall, getting almost about to, girl, this is literally what I've been going through, just regretting. Yeah, and it's like, it's okay to have that regret, but I remember God saying to me, it's okay to reflect. It's okay to feel that regret, but at the same time, ask yourself, what was the lesson I was supposed to learn in this situation? Like, I'm just going to reflect on it. And when you reflect, you start to realize, okay, I know I went through this for a reason. There was a reason why I went through this. I was supposed to learn something. You sit with God and try to figure out what was the lesson in all of that. Why did that happen in the past? What did I not see before? What I could have done differently? Now, after you make those assessments, and after you do that introspection, now you're gonna ask yourself, okay, what can I do now moving forward so this doesn't happen again? Because a lot of times we keep repeating the same fucking cycles, and we get upset and frustrated about it not going our way because we keep doing the same shit. So now we got to ask God and ask ourselves, what can I do differently? Because if we keep doing the same thing, we're going to get the same results. And then we're going to be crying to God, asking God, why is this happening to me? Bitch, you keep doing the same shit. So switch it up. Introspect. And for some of you, I'm getting like, get out of your head. A lot of us is in our subconscious, and the subconscious, we manifest faster in our subconscious. You know that, right? Our subconscious is the voice in our head that tell us, you a stupid ass bitch, you whack as fuck, why would you do that? That's the subconscious voice. You don't want to listen to that voice. Let me tell you that right now. You want to listen to a higher consciousness, which is God. And the only reason why some of us can't get to that higher consciousness, because we living in our subconscious. And our subconscious is where our past is at. Our subconscious is where our past is stored in our subconscious. So a lot of times, This is why our reality seems, this is why we feel stuck. This is why we feel like we don't know what's next. And a lot of us want to know what's next and what the next step is. And sometimes we want to get ahead. Sometimes we want to be moving so fast. And then when we move so fast, shit don't go the way that it was supposed to go. And a lot of us be trying to do things in our own accords, and that's why shit don't work out the way it's supposed to. Because we don't be having God in the mix of the things that we want to do. We want to do it by ourselves. Somebody said to me the other day, they said, what did they say? It was almost like they asked me, like, "You're not tired of praying?" I said, "Of course." But I'm also tired of repeating cycles. I'm also tired of not seeing the results that I want. I'm also tired of hurting. I'm also tired of feeling shame. I'm also tired of going through hell and hot water. I'm tired of that too. So yes, I am fucking tired of praying. But guess what? I ain't gonna stop. I'm not. Because people forget that prayer is a very powerful thing. Okay? Spirit is showing me a lion. The king of the jungle. Okay? Confirmation. That's what prayer is like. I like that. I like that. That's what prayer is like. When you declare and decree life over your situation, that's what happens. When you speak peace and happiness over your situation, that's what happens. You know what I realized? We love bursting in the negativity. We love just saying, "Oh, this shit not working for me." It makes it easy for us to just throw in the towel. It makes it easy for us to just throw the pity party. Because if we decide like, okay, I'm not throwing this pity party no more, God forbid, now we got to look within. Now we really got to make shit change. Now we can't blame the mommy, the daddy, the auntie, the uncle. Now we have to look within ourselves. And if you are unhappy with where you are, it's time to look within. It's no one else's job but yours. And if you find yourself living constantly in a same cycle over and over again, it's time to make the changes. You gotta switch it up. I'm taking this message. You gotta get out of your comfort zone. And this is the thing with me too, as a Sag and a Capricorn moon. I crave for stability, right? I do. But then I have this Libra rising where I gotta be balanced. I gotta find the balance. And if I'm out of whack, if I'm not balanced, my mind is all over the place. I'm all over the place. So I encourage y'all to get in tune with y'all zodiac signs, your big threes. Really look into yourself. Search yourself. You know what I learned today as I was scrolling? The definition of self-esteem. She said the definition of self-esteem is... Hold on, no. I gotta go. Hold on. I'm about to tell y'all right now. Said self-esteem is having the ability to meet your own needs. I had my own definition of self-esteem. I'm thinking self-esteem mean like, you respect yourself, you love yourself, and you stand up for yourself, and you... But self-esteem is having the ability to cater to your own needs. A lot of us do not be catering to our own needs. We cater to everyone else around us. And then when our cup is empty, it's pretty much now you gotta take two to three or 6 to 7 or 12 to 14 business days just to fill your cup back up. A lot of y'all be waiting until y'all cup is completely empty, then y'all be like, oh, I'm finna go take I'm about to go ghost on everybody. Then you pop back out and you do the same damn thing that you was doing before, and then you drained again. So I need y'all to start being selfish with y'all energy. Be selfish with your cup. Okay? It's cool to be generous. But you really putting in a lot into people that really don't deserve it. And then when it's time for you to turn up for yourself, you can't turn up for yourself because your cup is empty. You got nothing but a swig. So when you throw it back, all you can do is wet your fucking whistle. Because you done drown everybody else is fucking their thirst is quenched and they good. And now you sitting there trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. I literally broke down the other day on the phone with my friend, and I was like, I'm fucking tired. I was like, I've been surviving my whole fucking life, and I'm ready to thrive. A lot of you may resonate with what the fuck I just said. A lot of y'all been in survival mode for most of y'all fucking life. You don't have to be in survival mode. That's just where you are mentally in the subconscious. So now you're going to have to reconstruct that mental conflict that you have within your mind and tell yourself that I'm no longer surviving, I'm thriving. Bro, I've been through a lot of shit. And I was never I wasn't the person you see me sitting here now. I wasn't this articulate with my words at all. I didn't know how to be by myself at one point in life. I always had to be around 1,001 people. But now, I enjoy my own company. And it's because I made peace with myself. And can't nobody make me feel guilty about nothing that I did in the past. Because the past is the past. Fuck how you feel about me. You can suck my dick. Excuse me, sorry. God is still working on me and he know my heart. My mouth is still... God is still working on my mouth. Let's just say that. That's one thing that God is working on me, this mouth. But I know one thing that he ain't working on is this heart, because my heart is in the right place. And I want to remind you of something. When you're dealing with people that's raised off of survival and people that's raised off of love, people that's raised on survival, it's easy for them to do things to you. And when you're raised on love, it's easy for you to do things for people. So you gonna have to learn to separate your how can I say this? You can care, you can be empathetic, but at the same time, you must learn how to preserve that. Don't be over pouring into people that's not pouring back into you. You know, and this is where I have to understand too. Just because God be using me sometimes, I like to help people. I like to talk to people. I like to speak life into people. But you know what I realized with me, because I'm a strong person, people don't really know how to speak life into me because they think I got all the life. They think I got it under control, and I don't. I just know how to hold it to fuck together. I just know how to hold it together. I don't know how else but to. I can't fall apart. I got a whole kid mouth I gotta feed. You know what I'm saying? I can't fall apart. So I made that revelation the other day, like, damn, Tashana, damn, Journey, you really, people really don't know how to console you or give you affirmations, but you real good at consoling and affirming people. And then I heard God say, that's because you don't be affirming yourself. He tore me up in here the other day and swung me loose. He That's because you don't take the time out to pour into yourself. That's because you don't take the time out to nurture you. That's because you don't, hey. He told me every way but loose up in here the other day. Every way but loose. So I say that to say this. If you find it hard to find genuine people to pour into you, to love on you, I think it's time for you to be genuine to yourself and start pouring on you and loving on you. Because the universe don't give you what you ask for. It gives you what you are. So if you keep meeting people that hate themselves, people that betray you, and it's because you keep betraying yourself, and you low key be hating, you hate yourself too because you're not doing the things you need to do for yourself to make yourself happy, to pour into your own cup. It's so easy for you to help a motherfucker out, but as soon as it's time for you to help yourself out, you doubting yourself, you questioning yourself, and you finally got some money in your pocket. You've been looking at these sneakers for a long time. You want to buy them sneakers, but you don't want to buy it because you want to save for a rainy day. But as soon as a raggedy bitch come to you with a sob story, you go into your pockets to give that bitch that same money that you could have took to go and treat your fucking self. That's what I be talking about. I want somebody to treat me like a princess, soft life, but you haven't bought yourself a pair of shoes in days, in years, in weeks. You probably got like 3 pairs of shoes that you wear, that you rotate. 4, 5, 6 pairs of pants that you rotate. You don't be doing nothing for yourself. We have to pour into ourselves in order for the universe to pour into us. We have to show up for ourselves so the universe can show up for us. Because however we show up for ourselves, it's literally a reflection of how our life is going. Yes. Yeah. And you know what? I don't want you to say I'm too empathic. I don't want you to say I'm too empathic. Because it's a beautiful thing to be empathetic, because there's a lot of fucking robots out here. There's a lot of cold people out here. I want you to embrace your empathy that you have for yourself. But you know what I want you to do, Sandra? I want you to protect it. I want you to protect your empathy. And when I say empathy, that's coming from the heart. So that means you got to protect your heart. I'm telling you, at all costs, protect it. It's a lot of people out here that got their heart broken from left, right, and center. And they literally allow the people that have hurt them to change them and to turn them into somebody that they not. I want to encourage everybody on this live to never become the people that hurt you. Never. Because they were sent into your life for a reason, to teach you something. And it happened for you, not to you. You know? I pray I never become them, period. God, I ask you to not change my heart. Do not turn me cold. Do not help me to not become the people that have betrayed me. Help me to not become the people that have hurt me. I'm telling you, you can sing this, you can speak, you can say, oh God, I forgive these people. But let me tell you something. God is really the introspector of all of us. You got to come to God as you are. In other words, you can't fake the funk with God. You making fake the funk with the bitch that live next door. You making fake the funk with the man that's in your bed. You fake the funk with the people at your job. You can even fake the funk with you. Oh, but you can't fake it with God. At all. And I advise, if you can't take constructive criticism, you might want to learn to talk to God yourself, to the point where God can sit you down and talk directly to you, so that way you're not getting upset at the next person for telling you what the fuck you need to hear. Because I realize when people come, sometimes, like me as a reader, as a guide, I realize that sometimes when people come to me for readings, they want me to blow smoke up their ass. And I'm not doing that, because I'm not finna sugarcoat the message, because that is also not being obedient at the same time. So if you're gonna go into a reading, prepare yourself for the truth, especially if you know you raggedy taggedy on the inside. Especially if you know Don't come over here looking for no lying ass reading, because you're not going to get it from me. I'm going to stack the chips where they lay. Whatever is coming, whatever I'm hearing from your ancestors, your spirit guides, the creator, that's what's coming out of my mouth. I'm going to try to say it in the most nicest way ever, but I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass. And that's why I say I'm not for everybody. I'm not going to come on here and tell you about no twin flame every fucking day. I'm coming on here to tell you about yourself. Because the self, this is why this journey is called self-awareness journey. It's self. You have to rebuild, refocus, revitalize, revamp yourself. That's what it is. It's cool every now and again to hear about the this and the that, but I love when spirit tell me about me, because there's always room for improvement. There is never gonna be a period in your journey where you are gonna be fully, completely healed. And I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but there is always going to be a moment where you feel triggered about something. Something may pull up on you. You're like, damn, I didn't even know that was something that was still in me. And that gives you a chance to go right back at it again, to do the shadow work. I want y'all to get excited about shadow work. I want y'all to get excited about stripping the old parts of you. I want you to get excited about purging. I want you to get excited about God destroying you so you can get that transformation that you want. Because with transformation comes destruction. And if you ever see how a butterfly in his cocoon, when he's busted out of his cocoon, it's the most painfulest experience from what I've seen and what I've heard. I'm getting chills. Thank you, Heavenly Father. Oh God, sheesh. When you are busting out of the cocoon, when you are transforming yourself, it is painful, baby. Even when a diamond is being made, a diamond has to go through a vigorous process to become a shiny, beautiful diamond. Do you understand what I'm saying to you right now? You gotta be comfortable with being destroyed in this season. That's the only way. You gotta be comfortable with being destroyed in this season. You gotta let go and let God, because if you don't let go, you will get dragged. And some of you don't have no other choice right now but to get dragged, because you got a mission here. God has put a calling on your life. There's anointing on you where God is going to use you whether you're ready or not. So I advise you to put on your full armor of God, tie your fucking laces up, and if you slow, get you the little strappies so you're not late, so you can just strap it on. For my procrastinators out there, hey baby, what's going on? I'm gonna need y'all to get it together, because God is calling you, baby. And no matter how far you run, he gonna get you. He's coming like Jason. I don't know, spirit just showed me Jason. No, that's Michael Myers. When he be walking slow and you be running like, and he just walking slow, because he know eventually I'm not gonna run. I'm not chasing you, because I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you regardless. That's really what it's giving right now. A lot of y'all, you can run. Y'all been running for a long time from your calling, from your anointing, but you can't run no further. Six of Wands. A lot of you are meant to be seen. A lot of you are meant to be seen. And God is going to be using you to do some beautiful things, some wonderful things. But you have to quit with the self-doubt. You got to stop analyzing everything and just show up the way you're supposed to show up. Because you have what it takes. And people look up to you more than you know. People respect you more than you know them. Yeah, you may have a lot of haters too. But remember, jealousy is just love and hate at the same time. I think I need to get a sticker somewhere and like plant that somewhere in my bathroom where I can see it. Cause if I see that every day, that's gonna reprogram my mind, and I don't, a bitch that's jealous of me, that's hating on me, they're not even gonna be able to get a fucking end, like a fucking itch out of me, cause it's gonna be like, oh, you love me for real, you just have a funny way of showing it. You love me. That's what it really is. If anybody's jealous of you, you feel jealousy coming from somebody, they just simply admire you, and they just have a funny way of showing it. It's something going on within them. They see something with you that they want, or they feel like they can have, or they can have it. They can, but they're not allowing themselves to obtain it, because everybody be running from their selves for real. People run from themselves a lot on this journey. When the whole point of this journey is to run towards yourself. You're supposed to embrace yourself with open arms so that you can, get to know yourself, reacquaint yourself, get comfortable with yourself. The light they see, the light they see, the light. They do. And they have that said light, but it's consumed by all that darkness within them. And when I say darkness, I mean the hate, the grudge, But that's a them thing. That's a them problem. That's not a you problem. You understand? I'm picking up right now. A lot of you need to start dedicating more time into your spirituality. This is the season for some of you. I just seen the Emperor card. It's time for you, yeah. Especially with this Page of Wands. It's time for you. Y'all been doing the bare minimum right now. It's time for you to really lock the fuck in. Okay? It's not just about the meditation. Don't just be sitting there with the frequency playing. Really tap in with yourself. Really start doing the things. Start showing up differently in your spirituality. Start showing up differently in your life. Some of you y'all have this routine that is very, every day you get up and do the same thing. It feels like, Spirit just showed me the episode. If y'all a SpongeBob fan like me, when Squidward moved out from left SpongeBob, he moved into that complex, and every day he was getting up with everybody. They was riding their bike, going to the store, and he doing the same thing. After a while, he got bored, and he was looking for SpongeBob. Like, where's SpongeBob? With my man, mind you, he couldn't stand SpongeBob, but as soon as he left from around him, he was doing the same thing over and over again. He became bored of it. A lot of you need to switch up your routine. If you get up in the morning and you do breakfast, do breakfast. Go for a walk. Go for a jog. Do some exercise. A lot of you, meditation is not just about sitting still. Sometimes a meditation is going outside for a fucking walk and talking out loud, or praying in your head, or going outside with a fucking journal, walking to the park and sitting in the park and writing in your journal, or just sitting out loud and just talking to God. That's meditation. We all have to find other ways to connect. Because it's not all the time you're going to be able to sit in the house and be in meditation. And it's not all the time you're going to have time to do the 1, 2, 3. But you're going to have to find other ways to gather yourself together. So it's time for you to switch it up. What can you do differently for yourself to bring life, to bring the pizzazz back into your life? Because a lot of you feel bored every day. You like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm about to do today. What is that? And a lot of you is coming from money. You may not have the A lot of you y'all not doing the things y'all want to do, because you like, I don't have the money to do this. I can't do what I want to do. And if that's where you are right now, I need you to change your perspective. Yeah, you may not have it in the physical, but you have it in the spiritual. So now you got to speak life into your situation. And even if you got $5 in your pocket, put your clothes on and go outside. Go for a walk. Go get some sun. Even if you got to do it by yourself. I just heard spend time in nature for some of you. Spend time in nature. I did that today, and it was very, very therapeutical for me. A bird shitted on me, but I know also when a bird shit on you, it represents good luck. And it's so funny. It happened right after I threw some rice and nutmeg on the floor. Like I was praying. I have rice, nutmeg, and cloves. I was praying. And I was just tossing it, talking. Because, throwing rice is also a form of libation if you didn't know. Right? You can throw rice because rice represents abundance, new beginnings, and it's like you giving back into the nature spirits, to the birds, because birds will eat the rice and you helping Mother Gaia out, whatever the case may be. And all of a sudden, all these fucking seagulls start flying over my head, so I got nervous. I'm sitting down like, oh, it was flying, and one of them flew and just, I was like, ah, I looked, it dropped on my shoe. I was like, ugh. And I was like, that's a good sign. I was like, ew, at first, but then I realized that's a good sign. You know what I'm saying? I want you guys to switch it up. Switch it up. And the only reason why a lot of you find it hard to switch it up is because you're overthinking it. And I know that for a fact because I overthink everything sometimes. What should I do today? I don't know if I should do that. Should I do that? I know my ancestors and my spirit guides be like, if this girl don't just get up and go so we can do some protecting, just go. What are you waiting for? Just go. Stop overthinking it. Go. Go, go, go. Like the Energize the Bunny. Stop thinking. As long as it's safe and you're not doing nothing stupid, do it. We gonna get a little bit more messages for y'all before I go. Please, I'm begging you. And okay, let me just. Results may vary. So, with that being said, I just heard that results may vary. Depending on what you depending on the energy that you put out, depending on the work that you put into yourself, into your spirituality, into your everyday life, that's really what is going to be presented to you. That's what you're gonna see in the physical. We got the 6 of Cups here. Okay. Memories. Memories, spirit? Happy memories? Okay. Could we clarify this, please? A lot of you need to start thinking more positive here. Cups. This is y'all. Collective. This is what this is. You see her? A lot of y'all, when y'all get mad, y'all get big mad. Y'all don't want to hear nothing. Y'all don't want to talk about nothing. Just let me be mad right now. Let me wallow. Let me self-pity. Let me just be. This is y'all collective. 4 of Cups. Y'all be so worried about when stuff don't go your way sometimes. It's like you ready to just throw in a towel for every little thing. And look at Spirit God, Ancestors' hand right here telling you here. Do something different. Try this. But you still doing the same old thing. Look, her shirt say over it. I just fucking realized that her shirt say over it. Y'all are over it. But that's because you keep doing the same shit. And it's not bringing you no fucking results. So Spirit was like, switch it up. Because a lot of you be like, oh, you always tell me there's abundance. You always tell me there's abundance. You always tell me there's abundance. It's because they're like, damn, yeah, it is. But you keep doing the same thing, and you think that you about to get the abundance that you've been doing the same shit over and over. You think you about to get it? Can you switch it the fuck up? That's really what this is. Go for something new. Step outside of your comfort zone. Be creative. This is childlike energy. Look. Do something for your inner child. Some of you need to do something for your inner child. When the last time you had some fun? When the last time you got to do something to literally nurture yourself? Plan something for yourself. Create, color, draw. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to buy myself a coloring book. Because that is another way to meditate too, if you didn't know, y'all. You can meditate like that. When I used to color in the beginning of my journey, I used to get a lot of downloads like that. God used to talk to me like that a lot. I used to have a lot of creative. Okay, a lot of you have creative blockages. You don't really know. When you start to have creative blockages, that means it's time to play. It's time to tap into your feminine energy. Okay, a lot of you need to allow yourself to tap into your feminine energy. You real comfortable in your masculine. I can tell you that. You real comfortable in your masculine energy. But it's time for you to get comfortable in your feminine. If you feel yourself tired all the time and you're like, oh, I just want to get up, I want to do this, I think you need to sit your ass down. I think you need to lay down. I think you need to relax. I think you need to just kick your feet up and go outside. A lot of you been doing, and you say, God, I surrender. I want change. I want this to happen. So God is like, all right, be still. And you like, how do I do that? And then you're wondering why you're tired. And depression has been kicking your ass. And your mental health has been out of whack. We are the cause of our own suffering sometimes, you know? If we don't spend time to check on our emotional healing, if we don't spend time to check on ourselves, we got to make sure all is well. Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. We neglect ourselves in so many ways. How many of y'all can say that y'all check on yourself every day, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically? Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't even check on myself every day, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. One thing I don't miss is spiritually, though. But I don't do it physically because I may not get out of bed. I may not want to go for the walk that I planned on before I went to bed. I may not have the exercise I said I was going to do because I'm tired. Bitch is tired, man. Spirit, my back. The last time I did that shit, my legs were sore. Just excuses. And this is why the universe be giving us excuses like that, because we be making excuses too. Release me, please. But accountability is the key to your abundance. It's the key to your evolution. You know? So we just we're gonna go right back to the whole point of this live. Mental courage. Now we're gonna have to find the mental courage now. You already know, you already have the discipline with your spirituality. You getting better at emotional intelligence. Your emotional maturity is on point. You know, you're a little bit more, things are a little different with you. Now it's time for you to actually commit to the things you say you're going to do for yourself physically to make yourself feel better physically. Because a lot of us are going to, if a lot of you are going to get up and actually start doing the exercising, hey baby, and all of that other stuff. And it's going to become a part of you. And then you're going to realize, like, damn, I really needed to exercise. A lot of times when I exercise, I end up crying after the exercise, just straight up hoopla, like just crying. And then I realized, like, damn, you is tore from the flow up. Everybody thinking you got it under control, but girl, emotionally you is messed up. Cause now I'm exercising, thinking about the nigga that broke my heart 3 years ago, and now I don't want to fight. Ugh. But that's what we need to pull up, to uproot those traumatic experiences. Hey baby, we gotta uproot those traumatic experiences. You know what I'm saying? Girl, I'm so mad you wasn't on this live just now. I was really hitting it on the head. I was. But I'm glad you're here now. I'm about to get a little bit more and then I'm out. I'm literally about to close out. That's crazy. But I'm going to get a little bit more before we leave. You know? So prioritize your health is what I just heard for a lot of you. Prioritizing your health, not just physical but mental for some of y'all too. A lot of us, the mental health come from the bloodline, ancestral veneration, ancestral curses. You know what I'm saying? Suicide may be something that your bloodline has went through. Maybe you lost a loved one to suicide, or maybe you have suicidal thoughts, or whatever the case may be. That is definitely bloodline ancestral trauma. You know? So you have to make sure that you have to make sure you are good mentally always. Because you can slip into that. You can slip into that depression, that depressive state, and you can stay there. You can allow yourself to stay there. A lot of you have the mental strength to stay down, but you need to find the mental strength to pull yourself up. Ooh. Amen. Come on, Spirit. I love that. Give us a few more and then we're gonna close it out, Spirit. Thank you. How we taking that? We got the 8 of Swords. I'm not taking that. Thank you. One more time. Five of Swords. Ten of Cups? No. Okay, give me one more. 555 could be significant for someone here. Ten of Swords in the reverse. Okay. And the star at the bottom of the deck. And 1010 is about completion. A cycle is ending. Out with the old and with the new. Let me stretch my feet out. All right, boom. So check me out. The 8 of Swords is in reverse, which is telling me thank you, Spirit. Limiting yourself. Sky is the limit when you know you just keep on pressing on. Sky is the limit and you know that you can have what you want, be what you want, have what you want, be what you want. You can do whatever you set your mind to. But if you continue to tell yourself you can't do certain things, then you will never do it. The 8 of Swords is in reverse, which is telling me that you need to come out of this lack mentality. You need to come out of fear. You need to come out of the fear of the unknown. I'm not going to do this because what if this doesn't turn out right? I'm not going to say this because what if it's wrong? I'm not going to do this because what if it is not done perfectly? You are holding yourself back. You are being your worst enemy, Five of Swords. A lot of you be like, oh, a lot of you be so concerned about, you know, the people that's going to be up against you, but you your biggest op right now. You your biggest op right now. Swords are about the mental. It's about communication. Watch how you talk to yourself. Watch how you communicate about your situations and your life and what's going on with you. And I know it could be very hard when you're coming from a place of being negative, or you grew up around negativity and you grew up around very limited beliefs. So a lot of you really need to figure, limited beliefs. Your belief system, a lot of you, your belief system of yourself is what's hindering you, is what's stopping you, because you can't see yourself being big and being living luxury, or that desire. A lot of you have this desire to be that bitch, to be that girl, to be that nigga. You want to have a lot of money, you want to have the cars, the clothes, the hoes, but you kind of feel, minus the hoes, sorry spirit, but you know, I just, whatever, you know my heart. Y'all know what I'm trying to say, right? It's nothing wrong with having that. Don't make yourself feel guilty for wanting, exactly, for wanting to be the center of attention, for being the main character. So a lot of you were meant to be the main character, but people in your life silenced you and shamed you and discouraged you, and you believed them. So now it's time for you to unlearn what those people have taught you when you were growing up, because that's no longer you. That was never you. That was their projection that they placed on you. Do you know? The self-loathing is what I just heard. Self-loathing. We gotta stop that too. Oh my God, I just wish things were so much better for me, God. Why you can't just show up for me right now? I just wish things would be like this. I just wish. I don't know why this always happening to me. Oh my God, woe is me, 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 woe is me. That's y'all. Oh my God, spirit, why is it always happening to me? I keep praying and I'm always getting hurt by people. People always hurting me. I'm tired, spirit. I'm tired, Lord. Help me, Lord. But are you giving God the space to help you? Are you giving your ancestors the space to help you? Or you are trying to be in control and help yourself? Ten of Swords in reverse. A lot of you are in fear of your own success. Oh, if I can jump up and down right now, I would. A lot of you are in fear of your own success. I'm telling you, what if you woke up tomorrow and everything that you've been praying for, God presents it to you? I guarantee you, at least there's 16 of y'all on here. I guarantee at least half of y'all will sabotage that shit. Because sometimes we feel like we ready for some shit, but we not. Because we ready for it because we see it and it looks good. I'm like, oh, if I can have that right now, things would be so good for me. But this is, oh, yeah. I like that. Come. Pull up. A lot of times you be like, I wish I had that because that if I had that right now, things would be so good for me. But what about it being good right now without even having it? What about you being at peace? What about you being grateful for what you got right now? God said, I need to trust you with the little. I need to trust you. I need to see if you're grateful for what I'm doing right now. Because I'm moving in your life right now. I may not be moving the way you want me to move, but I'm moving. You got food on the table. You got clothes on your back. There's a roof over your head. You can walk. Your fingers work. Your mouth work. Your nose work. You can talk. Your eyes is blinking. Your fingers is moving. The small things. Are you giving gratitude and praise to God? Is praising God for the small things? Amen. Ooh. Are you? Or are you complaining about what you wish you can have because this would be better if I had this? I'm here to tell you right now, if you don't fix within yourself, God can give you $1 million tomorrow, you will still be a miserable, sad person. You can give the most saddest, depressed person on the earth $1 million right now. They're gonna still be depressed because guess what? Money is just an object. Yes, it can help you. It can change a lot of things in your life. But if you are not content with yourself, you are always going to be fucking miserable. You're always going to be sad no matter how much money you got. So the message is right now for some of us, do not let your financial hardships define you. Don't look at life as, man, if I had this right now, things would be so good. Man, my life is so good right now. And it's only getting better. I'm realizing that God is using me to start speaking life in my situation, because there is power in the tongue. There is life and death in the tongue. You can either speak life over yourself or speak death over yourself. Which one are you gonna do? Which one are you gonna do? You gotta speak life or you gonna speak death? Because it's so easy for us to get wrapped up in what we don't have and how we wish our life was. But there's somebody right now that gotta wait for somebody to come into their house to roll them over, to wipe their ass. There's somebody right now that need help to get out of bed, to get in their wheelchair. They need assistance with everything, hand and foot. You better give God fucking praise. You better give God fucking praise for the feet that you walking on. You better give God praise for the hands that you clapping. Okay? You better give God praise for the dick suckers that's on your face. You better give God praise for that nose you can smell. You better give God praise for them eyes where you can see. The ears where you can hear. There are people in this world that is deaf. They cannot hear. There's people in this world that cannot see. They need guidance. People to guide them. They're walking with a stick. Do you hear what I'm saying to y'all right now? Do y'all get what I'm trying to say? Y'all get what I'm putting down? Be fucking grateful. Because just how God is blessing you, God will take some shit away from you because of someone being ungrateful. Somebody could be extremely blessed, but they don't realize that they're extremely blessed because they cannot see. Because they're looking at what they don't have. But instead of looking at what they do have, that's how you lose your blessings. Be grateful for every fucking little thing. Everything. I don't care what it is. Most people when I be praising God for like $10 and $20, they be like, oh, that's just $10, that's just $20. Girl, fuck you. Fuck you with your low vibrational ass, hating ass, bitch ass, because you ain't fuck you. That's my $20 and I'm grateful for that $20. And that $20 gonna get me somewhere. And that $5 gonna get me somewhere. And that $10 gonna get me somewhere. Girl, fuck you with your fucking irrelevant opinion. You got some people in this world that will make you feel low and make you feel like nothing that you do is good, or you can fuck that. Society tell you need to be doing this and that and the third. Some of y'all are only in y'all fucking 20s. I'm telling you, you have a long way to go. Don't be trying to rush to be on top, because that's how you gonna hit rock bottom faster than you fucking know. Especially if you're doing it without God. Especially if you're doing it without God. This is not a fucking race. I just turned 30 last year. In December. And I literally keep telling myself, you are not behind. You think I don't know people probably talking shit and saying shit about, and I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say about me. Because when I was going through my darkness, none of these motherfuckers wasn't the one that was pulling me out of that shit. God was pulling me out of that shit. My angels was pulling me out of that shit. My ancestors was pulling me out of that shit. Those are the people, those are the energies that I'm mainly concerned about. As long as I'm not knowingly offending my ancestors, as long as I'm not knowingly offending God, my spirit team, or myself, I can give a fuck less about what anybody got to say about what I do and how I do it. Because at the end of the day, it's night. And just as the sun set, just as when the sun sets, guess what gonna pull up? The moon. Y'all, do not let what you see on the outside of people be living. Don't let social media fool you. Okay? A lot of these people are living a lie. You get what I'm saying? A lot of these people are living in a fucking facade. Okay? If I knew what I knew in my 20s, but it's never too late. Divine timing. You know what? I said that the other day. I was like, God, I'm not complaining. I'm not regretting. I'm just saying, damn. I asked him one day. I said, why we didn't get reacquainted sooner than when it started? It just wasn't time. It's really divine timing for real. It is. There's times in my 20s. There was some times where people was when God was talking through people for me, but I was too hard headed to pick it up because I was in the world. I wasn't in tune with myself. So of course I'm not gonna pick up what God is saying through somebody else. I'm gonna take that as somebody trying to dictate me, somebody trying to be my mama. You know how much people I done cursed out, and when that God was speaking through to me. Oh, Lord have mercy. You gave me... Okay. I know. I think that's why now that God put me in this position, I just don't... I be wanting to say certain things to certain people because I know that God want me to say it, but I don't say it sometimes because it's like... I don't want nobody to feel like I'm their mama because I've been there. Like, no, I'm not. But it's like, it's not about being a mama. It's about letting God use you. That's all it really is. And being comfortable with God using you. So say it anyway. I'm telling you, say it anyway. If that's really what it is, just spit it the fuck out. Just spit it out. What's the worst that can happen? The best thing you could do for you is that you gain brownie points in the spiritual realm because you did what God asked you to do. But I want y'all to also know the difference between know the difference on when to talk and when not to talk. It's not every time God wants you to prophesy to somebody. Sometimes some people are not in the frequency to hear your prophecy right now, to hear you prophesy. I learned that too. Sometimes somebody just wants you to listen to them. Nobody don't want you to dictate and speak over and say, oh, and just shut the fuck up. Let them talk. And then there's gonna be a time where the conversation is gonna come back around in circle, because that's how God works. That's how the universe works. And then there will be a perfect opportunity to prophesy, because God is gonna use you whether you want to be used or not. A lot of us got to learn when to speak and when not to speak, because sometimes people just want you to listen. I learned that. I love giving advice. I love speaking life into people because I never really had that. So it comes natural to me. But I realize that sometimes it can be overbearing, especially for people that have never been around that type of energy. The real genuine love, someone that really give a fuck about you. When people grow up with trauma and they've been around nothing but fucking pain, when you introduce them to true love and things like that. Can somebody block Bob, please? Block Bob. They're gonna run away from it. They're not used to that. So yeah, I just heard it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Someone here. It's not your fault that they couldn't accept you. It's not your fault that they couldn't accept the love that you were giving them, or they didn't want to receive it. They didn't know how to receive it, love. And sometimes that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't mean that you don't love yourself. It doesn't mean that you did anything wrong. It doesn't mean that you need to love harder, love them harder. Confirmation. It just means they weren't receptive to the love that you were giving them, to the energy that you were giving them, because they don't know what that feels like. So instead of them, this is what this is also what I'm picking up. It's like sometimes people will look at you and think that you being a certain way is a facade because they faking it. So you may come into somebody's life and you're nurturing, you're caring, you're loving, you show up the way that you're supposed to show up. But if a person has never had that and they're used to people coming in with conditions, loving them with conditions, and then you come through with unconditional love, ooh baby, ooh baby. Imagine introducing someone to unconditional love when all they're used to is being loved with conditions. If you love me, you would do this. That's love with conditions. But you coming into somebody's life and you giving them nothing but pure love and unconditional. They're going to go back to what they know, because that is what they're comfortable in. I want y'all to understand what I'm saying to y'all right now. I hope that's not going over y'all heads. That is their comfort zone. The trauma, the toxicity, that is their comfort zone. So I don't never want y'all to ever feel like you are not worthy of love and you did something wrong, because sometimes people just don't know how to receive you. They don't know how to receive the love that you give them, because your love is unconditional. And that is hard to come by nowadays. A lot of people is loving with conditions. If you're not giving me this, you're not doing that for me, I'm not fucking with you. So it's okay. Never regret the love that you give people. Okay? Because they needed it. I'm telling you, God brought you in this person's life because they needed to experience what unconditional love feel like. And I want you to know that you would never leave this person's brain. You will live rent free. They will always remember that love, and they will always go to seek it through someone else. They will always try to find that in someone else. But be glad that God used you to help this person experience unconditional love. And this is why you're an earth angel. And I said this the other day on my life. Earth angel may sound like a real beautiful job to do on this earth, but it's not. Earth angels get their heart broken the most. We go through the most betrayal. We get talked about the most. I'm telling you. I'm telling you what I tell you. Take it from me. But I want y'all to embrace that. Embrace it, because at the same time as you're teaching love, you also are learning about love too, and learning how to love yourself, learning boundaries and things like that. Have to constantly detach. Ooh, girl, yeah, yes, they won't receive it if they're still in trauma, and come through with the constantly this. As an earth angel, you have to learn the art of detachment, because if not, you will stay in a situation longer than you were supposed to. I'm talking to somebody. You got to learn the art of detachment, because you have to remind yourself that nothing belongs to me. Nothing is mine. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting the message and it's like hitting me like, yo, that's a different type of consciousness right there. When you get to that level of consciousness, it's different. Nothing belongs to me. Nothing is mine. I belong to me. I am in control of me. I'm not in control of nobody else, action, thoughts, or nothing. So a lot of times we may get cheated on. Somebody may do something to us, and it's like we take it so personally. But baby, I promise you, it's a them problem. It's not you, gang. It's not you. It's not you. But if we personalize it if we personalize it too much, we will. It will become bigger than it has to be. The situation would be, we would analyze it way too much, and we be wasting our time and energy on things like that. Nothing is ours. Nothing belongs to us. Here we go. Come on, Spirit. We are here to experience each other. Oh my God, we are here to experience each other. And I remember a couple years ago, I had made a video. Spirit just brought the video back to me, and I said, you know how when we meet somebody, it's to all peaches and cream in the beginning. We like, oh, this person, this my man, this my boo. The honeymoon stage, everybody doing good. Every knocking the more, he knocking the Mario coins out of you, and you knocking the Mario coins out of him. Everybody's happy. But as soon as something goes left in the relationship, now that person is the worst person in the world, and I hate that motherfucker, and I wish I never met you, and I this and that and the third. Just like how we can normalize new beginnings, let's learn how to normalize endings. Because what if we were just meant to experience that person for a certain amount of time? Okay, that's it. Experience, learn about ourselves. To learn about ourselves, yes. What if that's just what it was? For you to get the opportunity to learn something about yourself, and vice versa with the other person. I know it's going to take us a while to get to that part. To get to that point of like subconsciously to be like, you know what, nothing belongs to me. Because, you know what I'm saying? Our human response is to, damn. But after we tap in with the human, because naturally we're going to go straight to our human response. That's just natural, right? We're going to be like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And then when you come back from that, you're like, you know what? When you get out of your emotions and all of the raging emotions just stop, and you finally give yourself like a week and a half, now you sit back like, okay. Everything happens for a reason. And you may even have a moment when you go back into your emotional. It's like a roller coaster, especially for my females. You know how we go. We are emotional creatures. We go, emotions is what we run off of. You know, that's why women are mostly like very intuitive. You know, the emotions. We feel things strongly. You know, a lot of times people like to gaslight you for your intuition. Don't let nobody gaslight you for your intuition. Someone here, you know what you know, you feel what you feel. A lot of times people like to gaslight you for your intuition because you don't have the physical proof. But I got all the physical proof I need. God showed me what I needed to see. I feel it and I trust it. I need y'all to learn how to trust your intuition, even if there is no physical evidence. Whatever God has shown you, whatever God has told you, whatever you smell, whatever you feel, trust it. I see the high priestess. Someone is a Pisces. Someone is a high priestess. You're very connected to God. One of your gifts is the gift of seeing. You're a seer, a very powerful seer. And some of your visions are starting to come very, very strong and clear to you. And it's like you think that you're daydreaming, but you're not. I need you to write your stuff down, write your dreams down, or somebody need to start doing channel messages. God is literally giving you insights, and some of the insights don't have nothing to do with your life. It's someone else's life that God is kind of giving you downloads, but you could be applying it to your own life and driving yourself crazy. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. I'm only saying please don't do that because I used to do that in the beginning of my journey. What do you mean somebody's gonna die? Spirit like, step out of it. You're a messenger. Get it together. So I need y'all to start learning, like, okay, God, I got this download. Is this download for me? Or is it for a collective? Is this a collective message? Because sometimes the message is just collective. Yeah, Bray, what you looking at? You know, that used to happen to me all the time. I used to panic. Like, one time I went to go grab my son from school because I got a download about, like a couple years ago about a... I can laugh at it now, but I wasn't laughing before. One time I literally left out my crib to go get my son from school because I was in the middle of, like, I was working from home at the time. I got a download about molestation, some like a predator in the school. And I'm like, not my son's school. I got the fuck up and went to go get King from school early that day. Wow, when I sat down and finally got to sit, there was like, nobody was talking about his school. I was like, yeah, I was online looking for new schools and everything. So take it from me. Yes, when the messages come through, you gotta listen, y'all. I'm telling you, just when I get a download, like for me, if something is not for me, my left side will go off. Like I will feel chills on my left side, particularly. Right? So if I get a download before I even ask, is that for me? My whole left side would be either in flames or I'll be chill or whatever God decide to hit me with that day. But if it's for me, the right side gonna go off. I'm gonna be like, oh, that's for me, you know? And sometimes we may get the message and it's for us, and we may get the confirmation and we ignore it because the message is not what we wanted to hear. Do not do that, because I used to do that too. You sure that's for me? And then the spirit would be like, no, it ain't. Because since you want to ask, you just asked us 2 times and we told you just now, you asking for sure. Because the message is not what you kind of wanted to hear. It's not really something it's not the sweet message. It's not the fun message. It's the get your shit together message. It's the you need to get right message. Beginning on my journey, oh yeah, I used to do that all the time. And then when the tower moment hit me, I'm like, nobody told me nothing. And they're like, yes, we did. But you didn't want to claim that message, girl. Ooh, I'm on your ass, because I'm telling you, I swear to God, I'm keeping it a beam with you. I'm keeping it a beam. My left foot is itching. What is that, spirit? Misfortune? No. Don't go anywhere you weren't invited or something like that. Why is my left foot itching, spirit? Somebody need a message here. Somebody got a message here. Why is my left foot itching? I know why my left foot itching my situation, but when my left foot itches is different meanings. It's either challenges, misfortune, um, some type of delay, ooh, or setbacks. Ooh. Okay. A lot of you could have been experiencing some setbacks and delays financially or whatever the case may be here. All right, let's talk about it. Setbacks and delays. You got to be patient, baby. I feel like some of you could be going through some setbacks right now and going through some delays or whatever. Sad season may be significant, okay? Maybe you could have lost a job in sad season in December, or maybe you've been looking for a job ever since then or whatever. Like, things kind of just been, kind of at a standstill for you. It's kind of like you're in like a waiting season, but the temperance is here saying be patient. The temperance also represents being cautious, being mindful of the steps that you make. Be mindful to not be impulsive. Thank you, with the choices that you make. Do not go ahead of the divine. Do not go ahead of your creator. Ask your angel, period. Because the temperance, look at the wings. This is earth angel energy. Tap in with your spiritual guides and your ancestors before you make any sudden moves, okay? I feel like y'all gonna have to make a choice between something here, and I feel like you're gonna have to make the choice that's gonna make you uncomfortable. But please do not go with the choice that's gonna make you comfortable, because you're going to regret it. We need to talk, because is that for me? We gonna talk when we get off the live, because I'm sick and tired. But anyway, okay. Okay. I'm about to say, but we just... I thought we was... Okay. I got scared. Like, please, no more choices. But, yeah. Y'all, I'm tired. Okay. Spirit been like this every way but loose, okay? But I'm grateful for the drag. It's been a while, but I know I'm almost there. Yeah, man, that's what I'm picking up. Be patient with yourself. There is balance. Is going to be you are going to, a lot of you want peace. You just you have the peace within yourself. Whoever I'm talking to, you're not a bitter person. You're not a hateful person. You just a tired ass bitch. You just like, man, I'm being patient, but goddamn, do you know that it's okay to yell? It's okay to be mad. It's okay to ask God why. It's okay to do that, but as long as you're not cursing God. Because I had a moment yesterday where I broke down. I cried up in here. Snot bubbles and all. I was like, I feel like you can't hear me, nigga. What's up? I'm like, you popping all this shit, saying I got this and I got that. Where's that? You feel me? But that's because I don't spend time in my emotions. So whenever I get overwhelmed, I get the booming. So now I know that I have to spend time nurturing myself emotionally. I'm telling you. So now I can't neglect myself emotionally no more. I have to pour into myself, and whatever that looks like for me, that's what I'm going to do. And whatever that looks like for you, that's what you're going to do for you. And I don't want you to feel guilty, because I remember after I snapped out of it, I was like, I'm sorry. And I heard God say, please don't apologize. Even Jesus was like, what's up? Have you forsaken me? Where you at? I'm in the desert. 40 days and 40 nights. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. What's going on? I haven't seen nothing. Ain't nothing popping off. So if Jesus was definitely complaining and whining and weeping, trust me, I apologize for my outburst. It was literally. But you know what I feel like? The valley. Ooh, girl. Ooh, yes. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou prepare the table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anoint my head with oil. A lot of y'all are walking through the valley of the shadow of death right now. And God is preparing that table. And sooner or later, you're going to get to that table. And it's going to be prepared in front of your enemies. When I really sit back and think about that message, when I think about that scripture, thou prepare the table before me in the presence of my enemies. Realize that God is basically telling you, when that table is prepared, you're going to go to the table and you're going to see some familiar faces. Some faces that betrayed you, that counted you out. And you're going to be like, why are they at my table? Because what you mean? Listen to the scripture. Thou prepare the table before me in the presence of my enemies. I'm coming out swinging. And that's how you gonna fucking mess it up, and you're not gonna get to go to the promised land just like Moses did, because he came out swinging and they never got to see the fucking promised land. So you better not let them people trick you out your spot. You better sit at your table and you better eat, and let them watch you eat and drink, and even dribble a little bit too. And have one of them motherfuckers dry your mouth with a napkin and send them back on the other side of the table. Just like in the Last Supper. You think Jesus didn't know that Judas was gonna betray him? I'll be picking out. Exactly. Picking out, because you know why? They didn't watch you when you were suffering. And let me teach y'all something, a thing or two. People are, and y'all know this. Yeah, this ain't nothing that y'all never heard before. People they don't want to see you. They want to see you doing good, but never more than them. So I say that to say this. Live your fucking life. And do what makes you happy. Because people going to talk when you're doing good. Oh, and they're going to talk when you're doing bad. And when you start doing good, they're going to bring up everything that from the past. What you think, what you used to do, how you used to be. Allow me to reintroduce myself. You don't even know me no more. A lot of you are going to have to reintroduce yourself in this season. A lot of you are going to have to reintroduce yourself in this season. There's a scripture, there's a Bible story that Spirit is trying to bring to me right now. But I don't remember the name. But I'm just going to sum it up. Basically, I think he had brothers. But the father had he favored one of the sons more. I think he was a prophet. God spoke to him, and he would share his dreams with his brothers, and they were like, you think you're better than me? They were very jealous of him. They planned to kill him, but they didn't kill him. They ended up executing him out of where they lived, and sent him somewhere else. And where he was at, he became very big. He became a leader. And they needed him. They went to where he was to ask for help, and he was talking to them, and they did not recognize him. They didn't even realize that was their brother that they tried to kill and they tried to set up. And they sitting there, they talking like he knows that these are his brothers, but they don't recognize this man. Joseph, that's what it was. Joseph, thank you. That's my dad's name. That's probably why my dad popped into my head like that. Thank you, Spirit, but I didn't catch it. I had a slow moment. Yeah, cause literally I just seen my dad in my head. I'm like, why the fuck y'all showing me him? His name is Joseph. So I'm like, I'm seeing that, and it's like they're talking to him, and they didn't recognize him until he let them know, like, hey, it's me. And they're like, what? I didn't even know that was you. So when I go to tell you, when people be like, oh, transformation, it's not just money. You literally transform. When God is moving in your life, you will literally transform in so many ways. You won't even motherfucking recognize yourself. I want y'all to go look up the story of Joseph. I watch the Bible stories on YouTube. They got the cartoon ones. That's just me. I got ADHD. I like to see and it pulls me into the story. That's just me. Somebody here, you just like me. You need the visual. I like the visual. It helps me. Go look at that, how they played him, and they tried to take him out because he was saying that God showed him a dream and this and that, whatever the case may be, and they thought that he was trying to say that they were supposed to bow down to him, when in reality God was just showing them that there's gonna be a time where they're gonna need you. And they forsake him, they chastise him. The father thought he was dead, all types of shit. When they finally when they went searching, because they was going through lack, I think they was going through famine. Famine is like suffering, no food, no water. They had to go to him to supply. And guess what Joseph did? He helped them. Here go a message coming through in the middle of this. God is about to put you in a position where you're gonna be able to help some people. And some of these people are the people that hurt you. And if you know the story of Joseph, you know how his brothers did him. And that man helped every single last one of his brothers with whatever it is that they needed. Humility. A lot of you, God is going to be testing your humility. Your humility. We're going to have to talk about that, Because I don't want to. Why? Okay. I'm being so weird with y'all right now. And I'm being weird with you because that's all I know how to be, gang. Why? Oh! You know what? Okay. You know what got... Spirit said, because I set you apart. I made you different. I set you apart from them. I set you apart from them. I made you different. Sheesh. Okay. Whoo. Okay. I hear you. Okay. Why not you? Amen. They say when you change your perspective, miracles happen, right? They say when you change your perspective, miracles happen. So you're right. A part of me was like, why? Why I gotta share my coins? Why I gotta share my coins? Because I set you apart. Here, take it. Take the damn coins. Take the damn coins. But I get it. From a higher perspective, from my higher self, it's when now I'm realizing how God is molding me with integrity, humility, honesty, love. And I'll be like, God, give me the mind of Christ. I want to move like him. I want the wisdom that he has. And when you pray those type of prayers, God move in your life a little differently when you pray those type of prayers. We pray for the money and this. But when you say, God, give me spiritual wisdom. You say, God, strip me of my pride. Strip me of my shame. I don't want to be shy or timid when it comes to who you called me to be. I don't want to be shy and timid when it comes to our relationship. I want to speak about you in confidence. I don't want to hide who I am because I may make somebody else feel uncomfortable. And guarantee you, I've been praying that prayer, and I can honestly feel a whole bunch of shame and timidness and shyness just coming up off me. Even though I may feel it arise, something in me is overpowering that. You know? Okay? That's that table prepared in front of your enemies. You feel me? You know? I love that for y'all. Ace of Swords. A breakthrough. Your breakthrough is coming. Your season, your time of receiving is coming. I can't make it up. Ace of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. Okay? God is saying, I realized that your people turned on you. Now I'm sending you strangers. I'm sending you strangers that's going to pour into you. I'm sending you strangers that's going to help you the way you've been helping people. You just make sure that you don't turn away that help that God is giving you. Because you have yet to meet people. You have yet to meet a person like you. You have yet to meet people that is genuine and kind as you. So now you are about to be in connection, confirmation with some people that are just like you, baby. So don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. It's not gonna be too. Ooh, thank you, Spirit. It's not gonna be too good to be true. Okay. Make peace with your past. Keep working on yourself so when these people come into your life, it's going to be an instant reflection. Now, you may feel a little bit, you may be like, well, are you sure, God? Check in with God. Always discern, like Lee said. Letta said. Always discern. Always talk to God. If you're meeting some people in your life, you're unsure, you're feeling anxious because of how things were in the past, it's natural. PTSD is natural. But that's why there's a communication line between you and God. You're meeting somebody right now and they coming. It may feel like love bombing. Take a step back. Okay, God. Now, I don't know. But if this is the people if this is the person that you sent into my life to be of assistance to me, I want to make sure that I do not sabotage. I do not denounce and renounce the blessing that you sent. Or renounce and denounce this angel that you sent. God, give me clarity. Just be clear. You get what I'm saying? That was a test for me. Yeah. You know what's funny? I've been down that road before too. But that's coming from a place of me being unhealed. You know what I'm saying?
You want some Chinese food?
What you about to order?
No, I already ordered it.
Oh, what you ordered?
Ribs and rice.
Pork fried rice or regular fried rice?
Beef fried rice.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, y'all. I'm going to get up off of here. I had to come on here for a little bit. I haven't been on for a little minute. But I'm glad I did because that shit hit different.
I'm coming.
Oh, that's the I want y'all to stay prayed up. In your red jacket.
It's not there.
No? I want y'all to remember everything that I said.
Oh.
Lock it in. You preached tonight, sweetie. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. She said, save me, all right? I got you. You greedy? I'm just playing. I love y'all. Y'all stay prayed up. It's your girl, Journey, a.k.a. Karma. I love you. Next time. All right. Peace.